Picture this, an ordinary computer in an ordinary room owned by an ordinary teenage boy, but things aren't as ordinary as they seem. Meet our protagonist, a typical teenager with a not-so-typical story to tell. He's a regular Joe living an everyday life just like you and me. A sophomore in high school. His life is a mix of school, homework, occasional hangouts with friends, and of course, video games. He's just another face in the crowd, another spark in the vast expanse of teenage life. Now imagine his sanctuary, his escape from the mundane, his personal haven, his room, a room that houses his most prized possession, a seemingly normal computer. It's nothing fancy, just a standard model that fits his gaming needs, sitting on an old wooden desk, surrounded by a clutter of video game CDs, comic books, and half-eaten snacks. It's a sight you'd find in any teenager's room, nothing out of the ordinary. Our young friend spends countless hours in front of this computer, controller in hand, eyes glued to the screen, lost in the virtual worlds of his favorite games. The whirring of the computer's fan, the rapid clicking of the keyboard, the soft glow of the screen, it's all a part of his daily routine. He navigates through digital landscapes, solves intricate puzzles, battles mythical creatures, and saves virtual kingdoms, all from the comfort of his room. But this isn't just a story about a teenager and his love for video games. This is a story about the extraordinary hidden in the ordinary. Unbeknownst to him, this very computer, the one he spends hours on end with, holds a secret. A secret so powerful, so transformative, that it could change his life forever. It's not just silicon and wires, it's not just circuits and code, it's more than just a machine. It's a gateway to an unseen world, a reservoir of untapped potential. Little did he know within this machine a hidden power lurked, waiting to be discovered. One late night while the boy was engrossed in his games, something extraordinary happened. The boy, lost in a digital world of epic quests and pixelated battles, began to notice peculiar things about his computer. It was as if the machine had developed a mind of its own, an independent consciousness that was trying to communicate with him. The computer, usually his silent ally in gaming, was now acting out of character. As the boy navigated through the intricate labyrinths of his game, his computer started to behave strangely. The screen flickered in an unusual pattern, the keyboard hummed with an uncharacteristic vibration. At first he dismissed these oddities as a glitch, a hiccup in the system, perhaps a virus. But soon he realized that this was something far more extraordinary. In the midst of a heated battle, the computer began to aid him, offering strategies, predicting enemy movements, almost as if it had tapped into the game's code. The boy was astounded. This wasn't just a case of a smart computer. This was something different, something powerful. The boy, driven by curiosity, decided to explore this strange phenomenon. He delved deeper into the system, navigating through codes and algorithms like a modern-day explorer. He discovered a hidden power within the circuits and wires, a power that seemed almost sentient. What was this power? Was it artificial intelligence or something more? The boy wasn't sure. It was like finding a hidden treasure chest but with no idea what lay inside. Yet he felt a strange connection to it, a bond that seemed to transcend the physical world. And then without any warning, the power surged, engulfing the boy and his computer in a brilliant flash of light. In that moment, he felt a rush of knowledge, an understanding of this newfound power. In the blink of an eye, the boy's ordinary life was turned upside down. The boy, once just a gamer, had discovered a power beyond his wildest dreams, a power that would change his life forever. With this newfound power, the boy was thrust into a reality he could have never imagined. Just like a seedling pushing through the soil, the boy began to understand the immense power that was now at his fingertips. This wasn't simply about winning video games or impressing friends. No, this was something far beyond. He was becoming the master of a digital universe, a cyber guardian in the making. As he navigated this new world, his life began to change in ways he never anticipated. Time seemed to stretch and bend, morphing into a strange rhythm that was synchronized with the hum of his computer. His room, once a sanctuary of adolescent solitude, had now become a command center, a gateway to an unseen realm of possibilities. The boy's world was now filled with codes, algorithms, and complex systems. He was learning to manipulate the very fabric of the digital universe. He was bending it, shaping it according to his will. Like a maestro conducting a symphony, he was orchestrating a harmonious dance of data, creating melodies unheard of. But with power comes responsibility, and with responsibility comes challenges. The boy quickly realized that he was not the only entity in this digital universe. There were others, some benign, others not so much. The boy had to learn how to navigate this complex ecosystem, to discern friend from foe, to protect and defend his domain. He grappled with moral dilemmas, ethical quandaries, and the sheer weight of the decisions he had to make. It was a steep learning curve, a daunting task for anyone, let alone a teenager. But he was determined. He knew he had a role to play, a purpose to fulfill. The boy was not alone in this journey. His computer, once a mere tool, had now become a friend, a mentor. It guided him, helped him, and supported him in his quest to understand and control his new powers. He was no longer just an ordinary teenage boy, he was becoming something more. As he harnessed this hidden power, the boy started to transform. He was becoming a cyber hero. In the blink of an eye, our ordinary teenager was no more. The power he discovered within his computer didn't just change his life, it changed him. The lines between the digital realm and the real world began to blur, and slowly but surely, the boy became the cyber hero. This wasn't a superhero transformation we've grown accustomed to, no muscles bulged, no capes fluttered in the wind. It was a metamorphosis of the mind. The boy's understanding of the digital world deepened, his fingers danced over the keyboard with newfound agility, and his eyes sparkled with the light of 1,000 pixels. He was no longer just a player in the game, he was the game master now. The cyber hero didn't use his power for personal gain. No, he saw the potential to do good, to make a difference. He could see the flaws in the systems, the vulnerabilities that others couldn't. He became a guardian of the digital world, fixing bugs, warding off cyber attacks, and making the internet a safer place for all. He wasn't just a hero in the cyber world, the boy used his skills to help in the real world too. He helped his friends with their computer issues, he assisted his school with their outdated systems, and he even helped the local library recover lost digital archives. All of this he did anonymously, not for the praise or recognition, but simply because he could. But even as he became a hero, he remained a boy. He still loved video games, he still struggled with math homework, and he still blushed when the girl he liked smiled at him. He was a superhero, yes, but he was also a teenager navigating the trials of life. The world had no idea of the hero that walked among them. They didn't know that the boy next door, the one who always had his nose stuck in a computer, was their protector, their cyber hero. He didn't wear a cape or a mask, his anonymity was his disguise. The world had a new hero, but they didn't even know it. But as the cyber hero was making his mark, something dark was brewing in the shadows. In the digital realm where our cyber hero had found his calling, there was an eerie sense of being watched. A specter, lurking in the corners of the cyber world, seemed to be tracking every move of our cyber hero. This wasn't a random virus or a regular hacker. No, this was something entirely different, something that seemed to possess an intelligence of its own. It was as if it was learning, adapting, and evolving with each interaction it had with the cyber hero's trail of digital footprints. It was a silent observer, a ghost in the machine. It was there, yet not there. It was as elusive as a whisper in a windstorm, as invisible as a thought. It was there in the form of cryptic codes, untraceable IP addresses, and rogue algorithms that defied the laws of the cyber realm. But who or what was it? Was it another player in the game, a rival with powers similar to our cyber hero, or was it something much more sinister? The answers were shrouded in mystery, hidden behind layers of digital smoke and mirrors. But one thing was certain, it was watching and waiting, biding its time. As the cyber hero continued to navigate the digital world, he could sense this unknown presence. It was like a cold chill running down his spine, a nagging feeling that he wasn't alone. It was as if he was being hunted, but by what? He didn't know. This was a new kind of adversary, a threat unlike any he had encountered before. It was a challenge that would test his skills, his courage, and his resolve. It was a threat that could potentially unravel the very fabric of the digital realm he had come to know and love. The cyber hero was about to face his first real challenge, but what could it be?